Morning, folks. Everything new under the sun. This is January 5th, 2018. This is the morning after the storm. Well, the storm's still going on where I am. The Bombo Jesus, the bomb cyclone, and we're getting a pile of wind, but mostly all the snow is melted where we happen to be. I want to take a look at this earthquake data. What is happening with Mount St. Helens? Is it about to erupt where there's swarms of earthquakes happening? This is quakes.globalincidentmap.com. And let me go here and just zoom in on the area of California. And there seems to be a significant swarm of earthquakes happening in and around Mount St. Helens. Let's take a look at this. This is from ChristianJournal.net. Earthquake alert. Swarms reported near Mount St. Helens volcano. Magnitude 3.9 earthquake hit near Mount St. Helens early Wednesday, followed by a swarm of aftershocks. This early swarm is sparking fears that the volcano could be awakening once again. The first earthquake hit east of Mount St. Helens, 23 miles southeast of Morton, just after 12:30 a.m. Wednesday. 19 aftershocks have followed, with the largest being 2.7 in magnitude. Mount St. Helens, south of Seattle, Washington, and 50 miles northeast of Portland, Oregon, is part of the Cascade Mountain Range that runs from Northern California to British Columbia. This isn't the only active volcano in the region. In fact, there are 12 other major volcanoes and nearly 3,000 other volcanic features in the Cascades. But scientists consider Mount St. Helens the most active within the past 10,000 years. I would even clarify that more, within the last 6,000 years. So looking at the map again, you look at the border here between, let's see, let me go up here. Well, California, Washington, there's the mountain range that goes up there. And so we have a bunch of, here's the Morton earthquake, and then a bunch happening in California there. Let's take a look at this. Strong earthquakes hit San Francisco and Mount St. Helens, and experts warn they may be foreshocks of something larger. Just when it seems like things may be settling down, two very unusual earthquakes have hit the West Coast within the past couple of days. A 4.4 struck Berkeley, California, just prior to 3 a.m. on Thursday morning, and a 3.9 hit Mount St. Helens in Washington State Wednesday. Overall, there have been 68 earthquakes in the vicinity of Mount St. Helens since New Year's Day. There have been a total of 629 earthquakes in the state of California within the past 30 days. Could it be possible that all of this activity is leading to a historic seismic disaster? It's probably about time. California had the fires, and Florida, Texas had the hurricanes. If we're going to see disasters around the U.S., would it make sense that maybe we'll see some sort of a massive earthquake or even a volcanic eruption in the United States? I think that's completely possible. The 4.4 magnitude happened along the Hayward Fault early Thursday. Yesterday, the 4.4 earthquake, a strong 4.4, has rattled the Bay Area shortly before 3 a.m. This wasn't a soft and gentle earthquake that everyone kind of laughs about after it's over. Rather, this was the kind of extreme intense earthquake that puts the fear of God in people. In fact, one Bay Area resident said that it felt like a truck hit my house. Interesting. Scientists assure us that the big one is coming, and when it does arrive, devastation will be absolutely off the charts. Just consider the words of seismologist Peggy Helweg. Speaking to the Daily Star, she said that a magnitude 7 or greater earthquake could kill tens of thousands of people. That sounds biblical to me. In financial terms, such a quake would likely cost tens to hundreds of billions of dollars in damage. Meanwhile, Mount St. Helens was hit with a very unusual 3.9 magnitude earthquake. A series of 68 tremors peaking with a magnitude of 3.9 have been detected in Washington State by scientists. Something to keep an eye on. There's something going on with Mount St. Helens. There's been several stories about it now. Several articles detailing what's happening. So there's fault zones up in this area here. I guess you can't see my mouse, but along the west coast, along the mountain range that you can kind of see there, by the bumps there, along there. So lots of earthquakes happening there, and significantly around Mount St. Helens, which is out of the ordinary. And so could Mount St. Helens go off again? It absolutely could go off, and that would certainly play into Bible prophecy. I don't know how exactly, but we know that the United States is not a big player, not even mentioned specifically in end-time Bible prophecy. So maybe this is part of the United States being taken out of world superpower status prior to the end time. We don't know what the exact purpose is. Here's a look at the overall map chart. You can see kind of the swarm in California there, right in the middle. So significant stuff, guys. I'll leave it there. We'll keep track of it, and we'll see what comes of it. The scientists say the big one is coming. They just don't know when. And this number of tremors is certainly odd, out of the ordinary, and they're suggesting it could be a forewarning of the big one. So let's stay on top of it. The Lord's coming back soon, and we're going to see birth pains increase in frequency and intensity, and that includes earthquakes in diverse places, as well as birth pains, referring to many of the other troubles in general getting worse and worse in these last days.